Hello, Dr. Alaa and everyone, and welcome to my presentation. Today, I'll share a project that I did last year with my Year 3 students called Helping Arabic Second Language Students Speak More Arabic Through Filmmaking. I'll walk you through our idea, the activities, how we engaged students and families, the challenges we faced, and the outcomes we achieved. The project started from a real issue I have observed in class, and my students also noticed. Students learning Arabic as a second language rarely use it outside the classroom. We live in a country where almost everyone speaks good English, and many of my students also don't have any Arabic-speaking family members. So we asked, how can we help students use Arabic in meaningful, real-life situations? And how can we encourage communication with native speakers using modern standard Arabic? To launch the project, we began with a class discussion where I invited students to share their honest experiences and feelings about learning Arabic. Many of them admitted that although they enjoy learning it in class, they barely use Arabic outside of school. We talked about why this happens. Why can't they practice Arabic outside of the class or the school? Some said they feel shy. Others said they don't know enough vocabulary. Some explained that everyone they interact with daily already speaks English. And many said they simply don't have anyone to practice with. Instead of giving them a solution, I encouraged them to use their problem-solving skills to solve the problem themselves. Since my students enjoy role-playing, their initial idea was to write and perform a play. But as we explored it further, they suggested filming it and turning it into a movie, which felt more fun and confidence-boosting to the shy ones. The students were very enthusiastic about the idea because they felt it would give them a strong reason to learn new vocabulary, practice speaking, and involve others in their learning, which made the project student-driven and more engaging. So we developed a set of clear learning objectives using Bloom's taxonomy to ensure they are measurable so that the students themselves can also measure their development. So, as listed here, by the end of this project, students should be able to first identify and collect new vocabulary through meaningful conversations with their native friends. Then, they would apply this vocabulary to write their own movie script in Arabic. They would also rehearse and perform their lines, of course, to make fluency and confidence. Then, they would collaborate with classmates and family members to create a full short film. And finally, they would reflect on their language journey and present their work to an authentic audience, including peers, teachers, and parents. We broke the project into 4 weekly phases. Each phase was printed on an A4 card, the current week in color and the upcoming ones in black and white. This gave students a clear visual of their progress and helped build anticipation for the next steps. Our core activities were spread across 4 weeks and involved a mix of speaking, writing, rehearsing, and performing, all with Arabic as the target language. In week 1, students brainstormed, discussed the issue, and chose the project. My role here was to facilitate the discussion, encourage deeper thinking, and model how to have respectful and productive conversations. Then, students wrote their movie script in group. I supported them by reviewing their writing, correcting mistakes, and encouraging them to use full sentences and natural dialogue. In week 2, we started rehearsals. I helped with pronunciation and body language, and families joined in to help at home. In week 3, we began filming. I managed scheduled, assigned rules, and helped the students to invite native students to act in small parts. In week 4, we finished editing and writing reflections. Then we screened the movie during our school assembly, which was a very, very proud moment for everybody. This project reflected many of the key engagement themes we studied during the course. Firstly, the project developed all the 4 C's of engagement. Clarity was achieved because the goal was clear, making a movie for a real audience. Context mattered a lot. My students used Arabic not just in exercises in class, but in real conversations, interviews, script writing, and acting. Culture was central. Our British school is in an Arabic speaking country, and the project united native and non native speakers through language. Challenge was built into every stage: speaking on camera, writing creatively, and presenting the outcome in front of others, all in Arabic, pushed students beyond their usual comfort zones. This project strongly aligns with Joyce Epstein's 6 types of parental involvement. Under parenting, families supported their children emotionally and academically. For communication, we kept families informed throughout the project. One powerful example of volunteering was when our school nurse, who is also a mother of one of the participating students, learned Arabic lines and acted in the film. Her son was incredibly proud. Learning at home was strong because the families helped their children to rehearse lines. And although the students came up with the idea, the project encouraged sharing decision making as families contributed to shaping how the film turned out. For example, they chose the outfits that their children will wear to play the roles. And finally, we collaborated with the school community, bringing native and non native speakers together for a shared goal. The project created a supportive, student centered environment where mistakes were welcomed as learning opportunities. It encouraged risk taking, especially for shy students, and promoted collaboration between native and non native students. Because it was tied to a real product, a movie, Arabic became meaningful and useful. Learning extended home through rehearsals, and many students felt safer and more confident using Arabic in real contexts. Motivation played a big role in the success of this project, and it came from many different sources. The project idea came from the students, so they felt ownership. The chance to share their film publicly gave them purpose. They enjoyed the creative freedom to write, act, and lead. Peer and native speaker collaboration made learning social and supportive. Parents encouraged them and were proud of their work. And seeing their progress step by step kept them motivated all the way through. Although our project focused on language learning, it also supported education for sustainable development in several ways. It promoted cultural understanding and inclusion in a bilingual school setting. Students developed communication, critical thinking, and collaboration skills. They solved a real world problem and created a solution, which gave them agency and ownership. It also built strong community connections between parents and staff, encouraging responsible, engaged learners. To ensure that learning was happening throughout the project, I used both formative and summative assessment. Formative tools included vocabulary books, observations during rehearsals, and peer feedback. For summative, we assessed performance in the film, so pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. Students also wrote short reflections about their experience. I also invited parents to share informal feedback about how their children improved and engaged with the language at home. This layered approach helped us measure language skills, creativity, and the students' personal growth with the language. Of course, like every project, we faced a few challenges along the way. At the beginning, many students felt shy about speaking Arabic, especially in front of others. To overcome this, we came up with the idea of filming the show. And as their teacher, I encouraged peer support and allowed multiple rehearsals until students felt comfortable. Families had busy schedules, so we offered flexible practice times and even short daily rehearsals. Lastly, we faced some technical challenges during filming, such as lighting issues due to the weather and sound issues due to being in a school, which is not exactly a very quiet place. But we worked around them, filming in quiet places like the clinic or classroom or the playground, and reshooting as needed. The celebration at the end of the project was truly joyful. Seeing their film on screen during the school assembly made students so proud. Parents and teachers gave positive feedback, and many families were deeply touched. Even native speakers began using modern standard Arabic rather than colloquial Arabic to speak with second language learners, which was a big win and a strong motivation to encourage my second language students to use Arabic more naturally in their daily conversations, which was exactly the change we hoped for before we start. For future projects, we would like to involve even more community members and perhaps explore filming outdoors to make the experience even richer. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.